I'm staring at the messages I can't delete. The taste of every promise feels bitter and sweet. You held my world in the palm of your hand and let it fall like water into the sand. I asked for the truth, you gave me a mask. Now I'm drowning in questions I'm too tired to ask. They say time is a healer meant for the soul, but how do you fix what's no longer whole? You can glue back the pieces of the shattered glass, but the cracks will still show every time that you pass. Because broken trust can never truly heal. It changes the way that you breathe and you feel. You can say you're sorry till the stars go cold, but a heart can't forget the lies it was told. I wanna forgive, I wanna believe, but there's a ghost in the room every time that you leave. Once the thread is torn, it's a jagged line. Broken trust can never heal, not this time. I look in your eyes and I'm searching for home, but I'm standing beside you, I'm feeling alone. Every I love you sounds like a threat, a debt that you owe, or a gamble you made. I'm tracing the scars where the loyalty died, watching the person I knew slip away with the tide. It's the silence that's loudest in the dead of the night when I'm reaching for you, but I'm ready to fight. I'm tired of wondering what's real and what's play. I'm tired of watching my faith fade to gray. Because broken trust can never truly heal. It changes the way that you breathe and you feel. You can say you're sorry till the stars go cold, but a heart can't forget the lies it was told. I wanna forgive, I wanna believe, but there's a ghost in the room every time that you leave. Once the thread is torn, it's a jagged line. Broken trust can never heal, not this time. So keep your apologies, keep all your tears. They can't wash away the weight of these fears. The bridge is burned down, the river is wide, and there's nowhere left for our love to hide. No, it never heals. It just stays broken. It just stays broken. I used to wake up with a heart full of fire and light, with a vision of a future that kept me moving through the night. I had a list of places and a map under my bed, and 1,000 tiny wishes spinning circles in my head. But the colors started leaking from the pictures on the wall, and I watched the tower I was building start to lean and fall. Now the morning is a mountain that I'm too tired to climb, and I'm just a lonely passenger in the backseat of time. I reached for the stars, but I only caught the rain. I traded my magic for a heavy kind of pain. The girl who believed is a stranger I don't know, and I'm standing in the footprints of a life I had to let go. Because my dreams are all gone, they vanished in the gray, like a handful of ashes that the wind just just blew away. I'm staring at a horizon that's as empty as my hands, building castles out of shadows, only shifting, sinking sands. There's no maybe tomorrow, and there's no wait and see, just the hollow aching silence where my spirit used to be. The stars have all burned out, and the moon has withdrawn, and I'm left here in the dark, because my dreams are all gone. I see people in the street with a sparkle in their eyes, and I wonder if they're living in a world of beautiful lies. I used to be a dreamer, I used to be a flame, before the weight of being broken turned my fire into shame. Now I'm just going through the motions, just playing out the part, with a head full of static and a desert in my heart. I've forgotten how to hope, I've forgotten how to fly. I'm just waiting for the sunset so I don't have to try. Is there a place where the lost things go? A valley for the wishes that didn't get to grow. I go there tonight if I still had the strength to run, but I'm a field of frozen clover waiting for a frozen sun. Because my dreams are all gone, they vanished in the gray, like a handful of ashes that the wind just blew away. I'm staring at a horizon that's as empty as my hands, building castles out of shadows, on these shifting, sinking sands. There's no maybe tomorrow, and there's no wait and see, just a hollow aching silence where my spirit used to be. The stars have all burned out, and the moon has withdrawn, and I'm left here in the dark, because my dreams are all gone. So blow out the candles, let the room go cold. There's nothing left to buy, and there's nothing left to be sold. I'm a book with no ending, a song without a key, just a girl in the wreckage of who she used to be. They're gone, every single one, every single one. I'm staring at the gray light dancing on the wall, waiting for a ring, waiting for a call. I sent my heart in a message, laid it on the line, but the screen stays dark, and I'm running out of time. I used to know your rhythm, I used to hear your soul. Now there's a vacuum where you used to be whole. I'm begging for a reason and nowhere to stay, but you're fighting this war in a different way. You don't have to scream to make me bleed, you don't have to tell me exactly what you need. The lack of your voice is a physical weight, and I'm drowning in a sea of it's probably too late. Because your silence is my answer, loud and clear. It's the only thing left that I've learned to fear. It's the I don't love you that you won't even say. The sound of a heart as it turns away. I'm screaming at the ceiling, crying at the floor, but you're quiet as the lock on the final door. I was looking for a sign, a glimmer, a spark, but your silence is my answer. say something mean. Just don't leave me hanging in the world in between. I take 1,000 daggers, I take the bitter truth over this hollow quiet that's stealing my youth. Because your silence is my answer, loud and clear. It's the only thing left that I've learned to fear. It's the I don't love you that you won't even say. The sound of a heart as it turns away. I'm screaming at the ceiling, crying at the floor, but your quiet is the lock on the final door. I was looking for a sign, a glimmer, a spark, but your silence is my answer, and it's leaving me dark. So I'll stop the reaching, I'll stop the plea, I'll accept the void you've left here for me. The quiet is spoken, the message is through. I finally hear that I've lost you. No more words, just the end, just the end. Suffering, I'm all rings out and vanishes. The mirror says I'm beautiful, the silk is soft and red, but I can't hear the music for the voices in my head. I spent 3 hours on my hair, I painted on a smile, just to feel your eyes on me for a little while. But you're across the room now, laughing at her jokes while I'm standing in the corner in a cloud of bitter smoke. The lace is tied around my chest, I can't even breathe. I'm waiting for the moment when it's socially okay to leave. I'm the picture of perfection, I'm a vision, I'm a star, but I've never felt further from wherever you are. The jewels around my neck feel like fingers down my throat as I watch you hand that stranger your heavy winter coat. And I'm crying in my pretty dress, a mess of expensive lace, watching all the mascara run down my powdered face. I look like a queen, but I feel like a ghost, losing the one thing that I needed the most. The party's still screaming, the champagne is flowing, but I'm a broken heart in a gown that is glowing. It's a beautiful tragedy, a sparkling in a stress, just another night of crying in my pretty dress. I'm hiding in the bathroom, staring at the floor, trying to stop the shaking as I lock the heavy door. This fabric cost a fortune, but it can't keep me warm. It's just a thin disguise against the coming of the storm. I thought if I looked perfect, you'd remember what we had, but looking this good only makes the ending feel more sad. I'm a masterpiece of misery, a work of lonely art, in a designer dress that's trying to hold together my heart. Rip the hem, smudge the lips, let the glitter fall. I'm tired of being the girl who's supposed to have it all. I trade this silk for cotton and these diamonds for the truth, and to spend another second wasting beauty on my youth. And I'm crying in my pretty dress, a mess of expensive lace, watching all the mascara run down my powdered face. I look like a queen, but I feel like a ghost, losing the one thing that I needed the most. The party's still screaming, the champagne is flowing, but I'm a broken heart in a gown that is glowing. It's a beautiful just a girl in a dress. In a beautiful mess. The coffee's getting cold on the table for two, but there's only one shadow in the room, and it's not you. I saw you at the station, you look right through my skin, like I was just a place that you had already been. You're wearing that sweater I bought you last fall, but you don't feel the ghost of me lingering at all. I'm a footnote in a chapter you've already read, a quiet little whisper in the back of your head. I'm a photograph fading in the light of the sun, the losing side of a war that you've already won. Now I'm just a memory, a story you don't tell, a coin you threw away down a dried up wishing well. I'm the song on the radio you quickly turned down, the face of a stranger in your hometown. It's a heavy kind of silence, a lonely kind of blue, to realize I'm a ghost while I'm still loving you. You've rewritten the ending, you've deleted the trace of the nights that we spent in this hollowed out space. My name used to taste like sugar on your tongue, back when the world and our promises were young. Now I'm just a blur in the background of your life, a dull lake that's lost all the edge of the knife. How do you disappear while you're still standing here? How do you become a name that someone doesn't wanna hear? I'm reaching for a hand that's already let go, falling like the dust in a world moving slow. Now I'm just a memory, a story you don't tell, a coin you threw away down a dried up wishing well. I'm the song on the radio you quickly turned down, the face of a stranger in your hometown. It's a heavy kind of silence, a lonely kind of blue, to realize I'm a ghost while I'm still loving you. So go ahead and forget me, leave me in the dark, blow out the candle, extinguish the spark. I'll just be the echo of a heart that once beat, a footprint washed away on a rainy street, just a memory. reaching for the space where you used to lie, before the I love yous turned into a long goodbye. In the kitchen, the sunlight hits the chair where you sat, back when our only worry was the world being flat. I close my eyes just to see that crooked smile again, before the colors faded and the gray started moving in. The house is a museum of a life we used to lead, filled with all the promises we no longer need. I'm walking through the hallways like a ghost in my own home, trying to find the us inside the alone. And I'm dreaming of how we were dreaming of the start before the world got heavy and pulled us both apart. I'm running through the memories where the grass was always green, before the silent winters and the space that came between. I give up every tomorrow just to have one yesterday, back when we didn't know how to throw it all away. It's a beautiful nightmare, a bittersweet blur, just me in the dark, dreaming of how we were. I found your old keychain in the back of the drawer, the one you said brought luck, but it don't work anymore. I remember that summer when we drove until the dawn. Neither one of us realized that the clock was moving on. We were invincible then, we were fire, we were gold, before the stories of forever started feeling old. Now I'm waking up to silence and a cup of cold tea, wondering if you ever spend a night dreaming of me, or if you've burned the pictures and you've cleared out the space, and I'm the only one left haunted by a familiar face. And I'm dreaming how we were dreaming of the start before the world got heavy and pulled us both apart. I'm running through the memories where the grass was always green, before the silent winters and the space that came between. I'd give up every tomorrow just to have one yesterday, back when we didn't know how to throw it all away. It's a beautiful nightmare, a bittersweet blur, just me in the dark, dreaming of how we were. The sun's coming up, but it feels like the night. I'm losing the battle to keep you inside. The edges are fraying, the colors are dim, and I'm just a memory sinking or swim. How we were, how we I'm standing on the corner of a street I used to know, but the signs have all been twisted and there's nowhere left to go. I look into the windows of the houses passing by, and I see 1,000 versions of a girl I used to fly. But now my wings are heavy and my compass isn't too. I spent so long being someone that I forgot how to be who. I'm a map with no more ink, I'm a star without a sky, just a girl who's tired of asking. The world is silent. the door ajar. And now I don't recognize a single thing because I am a lost girl, drifting in the dark, searching for a forest in a world without a spark. I'm the shadow of a memory, I'm the echo of a name. Since you walked away and left me, nothing feels the same. I wander in the hallways of a heart that's turned to stone. I'm a lost girl, and I've never been so alone. The things that used to matter feel like static on the screen. I'm trapped inside the spaces of the girl I should have been. I try to find my way back to the light I used to feel, but the further that I run, the less the world is feeling real. Every I love you was a breadcrumb that the birds have eaten up, and I'm left here with the poison in the bottom of the cup. I'm searching for my reflection in the puddles on the ground, but there's only a stranger to be found. Is there a lighthouse for a soul that's out at sea? Is there a way for me to find the piece of me and we? I'm tired of the wandering, I'm tired of the cold, I'm tired of the stories that have already been told, because I am a lost girl, drifting in the dark, searching for a forest in a world without a spark. I'm the shadow of a memory, I'm the echo of a name. Since you walked away and left me, nothing feels the same. I wander in the hallways of a heart that's turned to stone. I'm a lost girl, and I've never been so alone. So if you see me walking, don't you call out my name, because I wouldn't know the sound. It's a part of the game. I'm just a ghost in a jacket, a girl in a maze, spending my forever in a lonely blue haze. I'm lost, I'm so lost. I found a box of crayons in the back of the spare room, right beside the shadows and the scent of old perfume. I remember when a scraped knee was the worst pain I could feel, before I learned that broken hearts take decades more to heal. Now the phone calls are shorter and the nights are getting long. I'm humming words I don't believe to a familiar song. The magic's in the rear view, the wonders turn to dust, and I'm trading in my innocence for a heavy coat of trust. The stars used to be wishes, now they're just burning gas. The hours used to crawl, now they're screaming as they pass. I'm looking for the kid who thought the world was on her side, before she learned there's nowhere left for a weary soul to hide. Because growing up is so sad, it's a quiet, slow goodbye to the girl who never questioned the color of the sky. It's losing all the maybes to the this is how it is. It's realizing love is more a burden than a bliss. Every candle on the cake is a funeral for the past, a reminder that the beautiful things were never meant to last. I'm taller now, I'm stronger now, but I give it all away. And I know how it feels to watch the colors turn to gray. The house I used to live in looked so small from the street. I remember running down the hall with bare reckless feet. Now I'm worried about the mortgage and the shadows in the dark. And I can't remember the last time I sat down in the park. My parents are getting older, their voices sound like glass, and I'm terrified of being the next one in the grass. We spent our whole youth wishing we were 21 and free, but nobody told us how lonely free could actually be. I wanna go back to the morning cartoons, to the sticky sweet summers and the red toy balloons, before I knew the taste of a lie or a leap, before I had a million reasons not to believe. Because growing up is so sad, it's a quiet, slow goodbye to the girl who never questioned the color of the sky. It's losing all the maybes to the this is how it is. It's realizing love is more a burden than a bliss. Every candle on the cake is a funeral for the past, a reminder that the beautiful things were never meant to last. I'm taller now, I'm stronger now, but I give it all away. And I know how it feels to watch the colors turn to gray. So I'll put the crayons back and I'll turn out the light, and I'll try to be a grown-up for another lonely night. But sometimes in the silence I can hear her call my name, the girl who didn't know yet that the world is just a game. It's so sad, it's so quiet, it's so quiet. We were 15 years in a heartbeat wide, with nowhere to go and nothing to hide. You were the first name I whispered to the moon, the first song I learned to hum in tune. We carved our initials in the bark of the pine, back when I was yours and you were only mine. I thought the first time was the only time it'd be. I didn't know the world would pull you away from me. The Polaroids are yellow and the edges are torn. The sweater you gave me is faded and worn. I'm holding on to ghosts of the kids that we were before they always started to blur. It's the first love and the final goodbye. The heart is so low under a darkening sky. You're the one who taught my heart how to beat. Now you're the one leaving it incomplete. I'm closing I'm looking at the reflection in your hollow eyes, searching for a truth beneath the layers of disguise. I used to build a temple out of every word you said, but now I'm just a prisoner to the voices in my head. Every hour's working late, and every she's just a friend, or just the jagged stitches on a wound that wouldn't mend. I'm tired of the puzzles and the secrets in your code. I'm tired of the sorry notes you never even wrote. My faith was a mountain, but you chipped it down to dust. Now there's nothing left to save and nobody left to trust. I'd rather be lonely in a room that's cold and bare than keep warm beside a fire that isn't really there. Because I am done with lies, I'm done with the almost truth. I'm done with spending every drop of my golden youth, trying to find the honesty you buried in the dark, trying to find a flicker in a soul without a spark. The curtain's finally falling, the masquerade is through. I'm trading in the fiction for a life away from you. No more hiding, no more wires. I am finally done with lies. You're reaching for my hand, but I feel nothing at all. Just the echoes of the promises you let shatter and fall. It's funny how the silence feels so much more sincere than 1,000 fake apologies I've had to overhear. You made me feel like I was crazy for the things I knew, while you were busy painting every shade of gray on blue. I'm taking back my sanity, I'm taking back my name. I'm walking out the door and I am leaving you the blame. Go on and tell your stories to someone who still believes. Tell them how the world is cold and how the winter grieves. But you can't look me in the eye, 'cause you know what I see. The ghost of the person that you pretended to be. 'Cause I am done with lies, I'm done with the almost truth. I'm done with spending every drop of my golden youth, trying to find the honesty you buried in the dark, trying to find a flicker in a soul without a spark. The curtain's finally falling, the masquerade is through. I'm trading in the fiction for a life away from you. No more hiding, no more wires. I am finally done with lies. Save your breath, the air is thin. I'm not letting any more of your poison in. The truth is sharp, the truth is cold, but it's better than the stories I was told. I'm done, I'm finally free. I see the way you look at me when the lights are low. You're searching for a shadow from a girl you used to know. Every time I raise my voice, you flinch like you've been hit. But I'm not the one who started that fire, I'm just fueling it. You're reacting to a ghost that isn't in this room, wrapping our new garden in a familiar kind of gloom. I'm tired of paying interest on a debt I didn't sign, trying to be the sun for a heart that won't ever shine. You're building a fortress against a phantom attack, but I'm standing right here and she's never coming back. Stop looking for a malice in the kindness of my touch. You're asking me to heal a wound that hurts way too too much. I am not your ex, I am not your past. I'm not the broken promise that wasn't meant to last. I shouldn't have to bleed for the scars you left behind, or fight the bitter memories playing in your mind. You're punishing my heart for what somebody else did, keeping all the love we have safely underlit. Look me in the eye, see the woman who is real. I am not your ex, I'm just the one you won't let feel. You compare my love used to the lies she used to weave. You're waiting for the moment that I pack my bags and leave. I'm walking on eggshells that someone else broke, trying to breathe clearly while you're choking on the smoke. I gave you my best, but you treated it like a trap, putting miles of distance on a disappearing map. I'm not her replacement, I'm not a ghost, but I'm the one who's suffering from her the most. Break the cycle or you're gonna break me. Open up your eyes so you can finally see that you're losing a diamond while you're crying over glass, holding on to shadows while the light begins to pass. I am not your ex, I am not your past. I'm not the broken promise that wasn't meant to last. I shouldn't have to bleed for the scars she left behind, or fight the bitter memories playing in your mind. You're punishing my heart for what somebody else did, keeping all the love we have safely underlit. Look me in the eye, see the woman who is real. I am not your ex, I'm just the one you won't let feel. I can't compete with a memory, I can't fight a ghost. I'm tired of being the one who loves you the most. If you see a face every time you look at mine, then I'm leaving you behind in your own crooked line. I'm not her. I never was, I never was. I've spent 1,000 nights rehearsing what to say, trying to find a reason for one more day. But the closet is empty and the hallway is cold, and I'm holding on to stories that have already been told. I used to see forever when I looked in your face. Now I just see a stranger taking up space. My hands are shaking as I set down the key. It's the heaviest thing that's ever belonged to me. I'm tired of the fighting, I'm tired of the lie that we can fix a love that's already gone dry. So I'm taking a breath and I'm crossing the line. I'm giving you back everything that was mine. It's not out of anger, it's not out of hate, it's just realizing that it's simply too late. The heart can only even if it means this is where the story ends. There's no maybe tomorrow, or give it a try. There's no secret meaning in this final goodbye. It's a quiet surrender, a white flag in the wind, allowing the healing to finally begin. So I'm taking for good. Slow on into your no, dripping like rain. The fate, bring me ticking of a clock that slowly stops. A deep, shivering cello enters, pulling at the silence. I never let my roots sink too deep into the ground. I was always listening for that final fading sound. I kept one eye on exit while I held you in the night, waiting for the moment that you step into the light. You promised me a forever that I knew you couldn't keep. While I was counting shadows in the hours of my sleep, I saw the way you looked at the horizon every day, like you were just a traveler who was passing through the gray. I felt the cooling of your skin before you even moved, watching all the theories of our ending being proved. I knew you would leave, I saw it in the start. I felt the ghost of goodbye beating inside of your heart. I wasn't surprised when you reached for the door. I'd already felt the coldness on the floor. I prepared for the wreckage, I braced for the fall, but knowing it was coming didn't make it hurt less at all. It was written in the stars, it was etched in the sleep. God help me, I always knew you would leave. You're acting like it's sudden, like a storm out of the blue, but I've been mourning us for months, just watching you be you. The way you stopped your humming when I walked into the room, the way you let the garden of our spirit go to bloom. I didn't try to stop you, I didn't beg for you to stay, 'cause you can't hold on to water as it slips and slides away. They say that hope is a beautiful thing to hold, but hope is just a lie that the lonely get told. I traded my peace for a front row seat to watch my own heart suffer a planned out defeat. I knew you would leave, I saw it in the start. I felt the ghost of goodbye beating in inside of your heart. I wasn't surprised when you reached for the door. I'd already felt the coldness on the floor. I prepared for the wreckage, I braced for the fall, but knowing it was coming didn't version of you that never came. I wore your excuses until I forgot my own name. I was the one who held the umbrella in your storm, the one who kept the embers burning just to keep you warm. I saw the light in you when everyone else saw the dark. I gave you my whole garden and you didn't leave a spark. You thought my kindness was a debt you didn't have to pay. You thought I'd be the shadow that would never walk away. But even the strongest heart has a limit to the break, and I finally reached the end of every one more chance I'll take. Oh, you lost a good girl, the kind you'll never find again. The one who would've walked through hell and back to be a friend. I was the steady hand, the quiet place, the honest soul, the one who tried to make your broken pieces feel like home. You look for me in every room, in every crowded street, but you'll only find the echoes of the girl you couldn't keep. Yeah, you had the world, but you threw it all away. Now you're calling me at midnight with that tremor in your voice, but silence is the only thing I have left for your choice. I'm not the girl who's gonna cry and ask you where you've been. I'm the girl who finally realized she's too good to let you in. I'm washing off the sorries and I'm drying all the tears. I'm taking back the magic that I wasted through the years. It won't hit you tonight and it might not hit you soon, but one day you'll be staring at a lonely silver moon, and you'll realize the diamond was the thing you couldn't hold while you were busy chasing after silver and the gold. Oh, you lost a good girl, the kind you'll never find again. Oh, you lost a good girl, the kind you'll never find again. The one who would've walked through hell and back to be your friend. I was the steady hand, the quiet place, the honest soul, the one who tried to make your broken pieces feel like home. You look for me in every room, in every crowded street, but you'll only find the echoes of the girl you couldn't keep. Yeah, you had the world, but you threw it all away. So go ahead and search the world, go ahead and try to find another heart that wouldn't never tell a lie. But she's gone now, she's a ghost, she's a lesson in the wind, and a heart like hers will never pass your way again. No, she'll never pass your way again. You lost her. I remember the scuff on your sneakers in the hall, and the way you lean your bike against the brick of the wall. I was the girl in the back row, hiding in my books, catching my breath every time I caught one of your looks. We grew up together, but we grew up apart. I was writing your name in the margins of my heart, from the lockers to the prom to the first apartment keys. I was always the one living life on my knees, praying you'd stay. I've seen every version of the man you become. I've been the steady beat to the rhythm of your drum, but now there's a suit sitting by the front door. And I'm realizing forever doesn't live here anymore. Because I loved you since school, since we were just kids, before we knew the damage that a goodbye does and did. I've spent 15 winters just keeping you warm. I've been your anchor in every single storm. How do I unlearn a lifetime of you? How do I breathe in a world that's brand new? It's a long way to fall from the high school hill. I loved you since then, and God help me, I love you still. I remember the night studying under the porch light, and the way you promised we'd always win the fight. Now you say you've changed, that you need to find your soul, but you're leaving a crater where there used to be a hole. You're erasing the years like they're chalk on a board, leaving me with the memories I can't afford to hoard. I'm still that girl in the hallway, watching you go, but this time there's no tomorrow to soften the blow. We survived the graduations and the moving out days. We survived the distance and the dizzying maze, but I can't survive the look in your eyes tonight, the one that says you're finished with trying to make it right. Because I loved you since school, since we were just kids, before we knew the damage that a goodbye does and did. I've spent 15 winters just keeping you warm. I've been your anchor in every single storm. How do I unlearn a lifetime of you? How do I breathe in a world that's brand new? It's a long way to fall from the high school hill. I loved you since then, and God help me, I love you still. So take your keys, take the life we were building. Leave me the ghost of the children we were shielding. I'll stay in this town where the echoes are loud, just a girl in the back row, lost in the crowd. Since school, since everything, since everything. Finally took your picture off the bedside table drawer, the one where you were smiling, but I don't see us anymore. I spent 1,000 mornings waiting for your ghost to speak, washing salt from off the pillow, feeling tired, feeling weak. But today the sun is different, it's not burning, it's just light. And for the first time in a year, I didn't cry through the night. The chains were made of memories, the lock was made of fear, but the air is finally tasting like the storm is nowhere near. I'm breathing in the silence without looking for your face. I'm finally finding beauty in this empty, quiet space. Because my heart is finally free, though it's covered It's no longer beating rhythm to the gravity of ours. I've stopped the heavy lifting of a love you couldn't hold. I'm stepping out of shadows and I'm stepping out of cold. It's a lonely kind of freedom and it's a quiet kind of brave to walk away from everything I tried so hard to save. I'm not yours and you're not mine, and that's how it's meant to be. Yeah, my heart is finally free. I walked past our old cafe and I didn't even blink. I didn't stop to wonder what you're doing or you think. The what ifs used to haunt me like a fever in my blood, but the fire's turned to ashes and the drought has met the flood. I'm reclaiming all the pieces that I gave away for free. I'm learning how to love the girl you never got to see. It's not a happy ending, it's a brand new start. It's the sound of mending inside a broken heart. It's the yes to my own future. It's the no to your comeback. It's a light that's finally shining through the widest, deepest crack. Because my heart is finally free, though it's covered in the scars. It's no longer beating rhythm to the gravity of ours. I've stopped the heavy lifting of a love you couldn't hold. I'm stepping out of shadows and I'm stepping out of cold. It's a lonely kind of freedom and it's a quiet kind of brave to walk away from everything I tried so hard to save. I'm not yours and you're not mine, and that's how it's meant to be. Yeah, my heart is finally free. So keep the sorry messages, keep the clothes I left behind. I've cleared out all the hallways and the corners of my mind. The cage is open wide now and the bird is taking flight. I'm disappearing softly into the morning light. I'm free, I'm finally me. I used to stand tall, I used to know my name. Before I let your shadow turn my fire into shame, I looked in the mirror and I liked what I saw. Before you started pointing out every single flaw, you whispered your poison like it was the truth, and I traded away all the light of my youth just to keep you happy, just to keep you near. Until my own reflection was the thing I learned to fear. You didn't use a weapon, you didn't leave a bruise, but you won every game that I didn't know I'd lose. Now I'm picking up the pieces of a soul you tore apart, trying to find the person who lived inside this heart. Because you made me hate myself just to love you. You pushed me down so you could feel above too. I lost my voice trying to scream out your praise, while you left me drowning in a dark, lonely haze. The worst part of leaving isn't losing your touch, it's realizing I gave a ghost way too much. Yeah, the hardest thing I'll ever have to do is unlearn the self-hatred I gathered from you. For things I didn't even do, just to bridge the distance between me and you. You made my kindness look like a weakness of mine, until I left every piece of my spirit behind. I became a version I don't recognize, a hollowed out shell with tight apologetic eyes. Because you made me hate myself just to love you. You pushed me down so you could feel above too. I lost my voice trying to scream out your praise, while you left me drowning in a dark, lonely haze. The worst part of leaving isn't losing your touch, it's realizing I gave a ghost way too much. Yeah, the hardest thing I'll ever have to do is unlearn the self-hatred I gathered from you. I'm taking back my mind today. I'm washing all your words away. It's gonna take time, it's gonna be slow, but I'm finally letting this version of me go. I'm learning to love what you tried to break. After the biggest mistake I could ever make, I'm coming back to me. I'm standing in the kitchen in the shirt you said you like, but you're staring at your phone, lost in a world that's digital and bright. I told you about my day, about the way the sky turned gray, but you just nodded to the air and let my words all drift away. I'm a ghost in my own hallway, a shadow on the floor. I'm the person that you sleep beside but don't know anymore. I could scream until my lungs give out, I could dance upon the lid, but you're living in a different house, right on the jagged edge of a memory of someone else, or a dream you haven't found, while I'm right here screaming softly without making any sound. Because you don't even see me, you just look right through the glass, waiting for a better version of a life to finally pass. I am the wallpaper, the static, the silence in the room, the flower that you planted then forgot to let it bloom. It's a heavy kind of heartbreak to be loved but never known, to be standing right beside you and feel completely on my own. I'm fading into nothing, I'm a ghost you won't believe. Yeah, you don't even see me, even when I leave, even when I leave. I cut my hair, I changed my walk, I wore a different face just to see if you would notice any change within the space. But your eyes are like a winter lake, frozen at the shore, reflecting only what you want and never anymore. I'm a book left on the nightstand with the pages turning yellow, waiting for a hand to reach, but the light is getting mellow. Is it because I'm easy? Is it because I'm always here that I become the background to your every hope and fear? I'd rather you would hate me, I'd rather you would fight than to be this invisible in the middle of the is empty too. You'll finally see the girl who lived her life for you. But you don't see me now. No, you never do. No, you never do. Spoke in colors, but you only saw the black and white. I was the moon, but you were always looking for the light. I tried to show you the maps drawn inside my soul, but you were too busy trying to keep your own control. Every time I opened up, you looked the other way, leaving all the words I needed most for me to say. I gave you a key to a house you never entered. I was a storm, but you only wanted what was centered. I thought if I loved you louder, you'd finally hear the sound. But you were walking on the sky while I was buried in the ground. Because you never understood my heart, not even for a day. You saw the surface of the water, but not the depth of the grave. You held me like a trophy, but never like a friend, waiting for the parts of me you didn't like to bend. I was a symphony you treated like a simple spark. Yeah, you never understood my heart. You just left it in the dark. I'd tell you I was hurting, and you'd ask me what was wrong. Then tell me that my sadness was lasting way too long. You loved the version of me that didn't have a need, the one that didn't have the scars or the places where I bleed. It's a lonely kind of love to be standing face to face and realize you're a stranger in your own sacred space. Maybe I was a language that you never learned to speak. Maybe my kind of strong was what you thought was weak. But I'm tired of translating my tears into your tongue. I'm tired of the ladder where the highest step is clung. Because you never understood my heart, not even for a day. You saw the surface of the water, but not the depth of the grave. You held me like a trophy, but never like a friend, waiting for the parts of me you didn't like to bend. I was a symphony you treated like a simple spark. Yeah, you never understood my heart. You just left it in the dark. So keep your shallow water, keep your easy sunny skies. I'm taking back the pieces that you never recognized. You can't break what you never truly knew, and I'm the only part of me that's actually true. You never understood, and you never will. I still see your shadow on my bedroom wall. Hear your name in songs I don't play at all. I held your promises like they were gold, but they turn to silence I see and cold. You said forever like it was true. I built my whole world around you. Now I'm talking to the dark at night, holding tears I can't survive. Every memory cuts like a knife. I replay your words, they don't feel right. If love was real, don't let me lie. Just look me in the eyes tonight. Tell me why you let me fall so deep. Tell me why you promised what you couldn't keep. Was I just a moment in your life, or did you love me too, even for a while? I'm standing here with nothing but goodbye. If you ever loved me, tell me why. Tell me why. I trusted your heart like it was my own. Ignored every crack, every warning shown. I gave you my fears, my broken past. You said I was safe, that we would last. Now I'm learning how to breathe alone in a house that never felt like home. I scream your name, but you're not there. Just empty words and unanswered prayers. Did I have too much, or was I blind? Was I yours, or just killing time? If this pain had a reason why, I wouldn't cry myself to sleep at night. Tell me why you let me fall so deep. Tell me why you promised what you couldn't keep. Was I just a moment in your life, or did you love me too, even for a while? I'm standing here with nothing but goodbye. If you ever love me, tell me why. If I disappear, would you even know? If my heart breaks, would it ever show? I gave you everything I had inside. Now I'm empty, trying to survive. I don't hate you, that's the truth. I just hate what loving you did to me too. So tell me why you watched me break. Tell me why my heart was yours to take. If love was real,